Hey everyone, it's your girl Candy. So pretty much I was recording this video yesterday. Well, actually it was a re-record because I did record about this situation um a day after it happened, but I just got too many things that just started to pop up that I wanted to add to the video, and it just didn't make any sense for me to make one subject into two videos. So I just decided to scrap that audio and start over. But yesterday I was making it and it was just like really, really long, and I wanted to make sure I was able to squeeze all of my points in, which I wasn't able to do without the video being like 17 minutes or some stuff like that. And I didn't even get to like every point I wanted to make because it got ranty. Now this video may get ranty, but hopefully this time I'll actually go off of what I have in my phone and the notes and whatnot, because my other one was just kind of the original one, the original audio was just kind of angry and like going the hell off because it was just a big surprise to me. And not just me, but plethora of other PlayStation fans and whatnot. So anyway, let me see. I have all these notes in my phone, so hopefully I don't miss anything because like I said before, it was just a lot more things, excuse me, that I wanted to add to the video. So again, it wasn't no point in me making this into a two-parter. I'd rather just squeeze everything into one video. Okay, so if you now, mind you, this is going to be a little bit all over the place because my notes are just kind of like things I picked up off my timeline on Twitter. So, excuse me for that. So, I'm going to be like jumping all over the place with this. So, yeah, just a warning. So anyway, if you guys did not know, Sony had their conference last week. Well, not last week, sorry. Was it Wednesday? Last Wednesday, right? So about 5 or 6 days ago, right? Okay, so their little show or conference or whatever you want to call it went pretty smooth at first. They showed us some Demon Souls gameplay. They showed us some Spider-Man gameplay. Um, and then that was just the beginning, by the way. Okay, so and then we got some Final Fantasy, and it was like, ah, Lee, like, why do Sony always start so big? And it's like it has you thinking like, what can they possibly end the show with? Okay, because everything at the beginning was freaking huge. But anyway, it got to the middle of the show. It was only 40 minutes though, so it wasn't a hassle. But it got to the middle of the show, which wasn't to my liking. It was kind of boring, and then finally we reached the end. Let me say this real quick though. I will never understand how people can give any show or conference a 10 out of 10 because I don't know. Like Xbox stands do that shit all the time. Like this is what we mean when we mean that you guys do not criticize Microsoft in the slightest, and not even in the way that we criticize Sony. So it's like really weird. But anyway, we got to the end of the conference and I mean show or video, whatever. And I'm just sitting here like, come on, Sony, just give us a goddamn price, bruh. Give us a price and give us a pre-order date, bruh, because I'm tired of this, bruh. They gave us the price finally, and they gave us the release date, which is November 12th, pretty much 2 days after the Xbox Series X releases. So I'm like, okay, bet. And I'm like, okay, now go ahead, and release that fucking pre-order date so we can fucking pre-order it. Pre-order date didn't come, but we did get a small snippet of God of War 2. So I'm like, okay, that's still pretty effing good. But I was like, I was disappointed because we didn't get a pre-order date. So it was like, okay, I don't know when we're going to get that. And if the console is supposed to be dropping in November 12th, it's a bit odd that they haven't released a pre-order date yet. So lo and behold, we all take our behinds on back on Twitter full time, and we're talking about the conference and shit like that. And then next thing you know, we see a tweet talking about the pre-order date, and we're like, okay, and then it says, okay, here's the price of the PS5, and the PS5 uh physical, which is 499, and the digital, which is 399, which is wow. Because when you think about it, pretty much the price of the PS4 Pro. So anyway, they said, okay, you guys can get the PS5. I mean, yeah, you guys can get the PS5 pre-order by tomorrow. Okay, so we like, okay, that was pretty weird. I mean, pretty weird how they didn't. like add that in their video package, which I know things have been completely different due to COVID-19. So a lot of big companies have had to change the way that they do certain things because of COVID-19. So in a way, I kind of understand why it may have been hard to squeeze everything in there. But um, again, it was just like that was something that was like literally considered important. So I don't get why they did not put that in the video. But anyway, so okay, we got our pre-order date. Okay, so this is where everything just kind of went to shit. Next thing you know, I don't know. A lot of people are saying it was GameStop that did it, but I don't know. The first big company that I seen pop up on my timeline talking about y'all can pre-order your PS5s now is Walmart. So I don't know. Some people said it was GameStop first. Some people said it was Walmart. I don't know. But again, it was like very confusing, and it was like mass chaos. Like it was chaotic, y'all. Like trying to get a freaking like I had all my people that was following me like sending me links and whatnot because I could not get a hold of one. Every link that I would click on, it would just be like sold out. By the time you get to the cart to check out, it'd be like sold out. So I was like, you know what? I give up. I'm just gonna cop the motherfucker when when it drops on release date or some shit like that, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in stock. Everybody gonna have their PS5s and whatnot. But it was chaotic, y'all. Yes, there was a point where I was like blaming Sony for it, and wasn't just me, but oh, excuse me, I am burping. I am so sorry. But it wasn't just me that was blaming Sony. It was a plethora of other PlayStation fans who started to go the hell off. Like it was fucking madness, yo. Um but then, I started thinking a little bit and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Is it really Sony's fault? Because I mean, we've known retailers to break street date like all the fucking time, when it comes to new fucking products, especially PlayStation. We've known that um a lot of PlayStation releases have never really been smooth. Like I've been looking at like old PlayStation release videos on YouTube for the past 2 days, and I'm just like, okay, PlayStation releases, pre-order releases and stuff like that have never been smooth, like ever. So I was like, okay, maybe it wasn't Sony's fault because retailers do this bullshit all the time, and they did that shit a day before we were actually supposed to pre-order. But then I started to get confused, and I'm like, okay, so what about all the invite only type shit? Like Sony was saying, like only people who got an invite was going to be able to pre-order PS5. So you can see where everything for me started to get really, 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 really confusing. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I'm like, okay, I'm mad. But then again, I started to come to realize that, okay, again, it wasn't their fault because retailers do this bullshit all the time. Okay. But then, the emails from people who started to say, I got the email from Sony and they said I can get a PS5 and da 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 da. So I'm like, maybe that's really how it was supposed to go. And it didn't really go that way because retailers kind of just destroyed that and just did their own fucking thing as per usual. So, I don't blame Sony for that. But Sony did come out with an apology saying that it didn't go smooth, the pre-order didn't go smooth, and and that they would have more PS5s available because this pre-order process was not smooth. So, I don't know, bro. I just know that I'm like past that phase of blaming them for the whole pre-order fiasco. And let's be serious, y'all, regardless of whatever pre-order date Sony would have given us, it wouldn't have went any smoother because it's PlayStation. Like PlayStation has never again had a really smooth pre-order process. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm over that. But anyway, okay, so after that fiasco, what followed after that was even more of a head scratcher. Okay, so we start getting all these articles that started to pop up on the timeline talking about Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and Spider-Man Miles Morales PS5. Come on, man. Fucking spam callers and shit. And okay, so we're reading the articles and we're like, what the fuck? Because the articles are now saying that you could play. Well, actually, it wasn't even articles that did it. It was Jeff Keighley that fucking announced it. Like he was kind of like announcing things before Sony could announce it. So I'm like, like what? And then that's when the article started to roll in about PS5, Miles Morales, um, and Horizon Zero Dawn being for the PS4 and also as well, and then it got a lot of PlayStation fans thinking like, wait, what? So this is something that Sony couldn't have told us like last year, and they had us thinking that you know, Spider-Man, and Horizon Zero Dawn was just gonna be for the PS5. So it was like really confusing. It was just like a lot of madness. A lot of Sony fans and PlayStation fans was just calling Sony out on their bullshit. And this is why I admire the PlayStation fan base more than I do any other fan base out there, because they're real. They real about their shit. Even if it's something that I don't care for and motherfuckers are bitching about it, they're still having a voice about being dissatisfied. You feel me? So a lot of PlayStation fans were really dissatisfied with this, including myself. Like at one point, I started to question whether I should even get a PS5 right now. Should I fucking care if they're gonna have Horizon Zero Dawn on there too? And also Spider-Man. But then I start thinking at the fact that I really don't want to be on PlayStation 4 anymore. It's like once we get information about new consoles, it's like I slowly start to lose interest in staying on old consoles and whatnot. So I'm like, I don't know. So I was like really stuck in the middle. So yeah, I mean, a lot of PlayStation fans went off, and then of course you had your, usual Xbox fans who've been waiting for that moment for Sony to fuck up as per usual, just so they can jump in there and they can add their little 2 cents, which I don't think they should be doing at all, considering the fact that Phil Spencer has been lying to these niggas since pretty much almost 10 years. So y'all really don't have any room to try to throw shots at anybody, considering the fact that every time Microsoft fucked up with anything, you motherfuckers always sat there and always had a motherfucking excuse for their fuck ups. Like always. It was just ridiculous. Like it would be the biggest fuck up. And here these Xbox stands would be like, well, they didn't mean it like that, and like these niggas got excuses for everything. Again, big difference between the PlayStation fans and Xbox stands. That's one thing you can't say about us, and it's nothing that y'all can really take shots at us because we actually have, that energy to give to these companies when they try to fuck us over and try to mess with our dollars and our coins. You feel me? So that's more than I can say for a lot of you niggas who just sit there and you just fucking take it and you think everything is good. Like y'all niggas was really about to sit there and fucking let Halo go out in the state that it was in. And it took all this trolling from PlayStation fans and just from pretty
Bend over! Get your monkey out of the rock picture!
much everybody to say y'all need to throw that motherfucker back in the lab and keep it moving, because that does not look like something that should be on the fucking Xbox Series X. And especially if you've been sitting here bragging and bragging and bragging about how powerful and how it's the most powerful console in the motherfucking world, and this is what the most powerful console in the motherfucking world is producing. Like what? No, no, we cannot be doing that. We cannot be doing that. But lo and behold, they threw that motherfucker in the lab and it got another release date. It got delayed. Thank goodness for PlayStation fans, right? But anyway, I don't know. I just want to throw in there that I just don't get the whole power talk. Shit never means anything to me, to be quite honest. It's the games that give the consoles the power. If you don't have the games, then the console has no power. If you don't have the right developers, then the console has no power, because not every developer is going to be able to take that console and utilize it to its full potential. And luckily, Sony has good developers under their belt, so their developers was able to pull everything that they possibly could out of the PS5 and give us all this good ass shit. So it's like, to me, even though the PS4 Pro wasn't as strong, and saying that with quotation marks, wasn't as strong as the Xbox One X, it still put out better fucking looking games than that motherfucker. And it's like that. I feel so bad because it was supposed to be this strong ass console, and the only thing we got is shit like Sea of Thieves and fucking Battletoads and shit like that. And I know motherfuckers who play Sea of Thieves will throw that shit out there like, oh my god, the water looks good, and people say Sea of Thieves don't look that good, but the only thing they always manage to show is the fucking water. Ain't that some shit? So everything else is irrelevant. It's just the water. Okay. So I'm pretty damn sure any developer can do good looking water. Okay. The water does look good, but what else does the game offer? Exactly. I don't know. But anyway, okay, so I pretty much covered a lot of these little parts that I have on my phone. But again, like I said before, it doesn't make any sense for Xbox stands to be taking shots. And I'm not talking about Xbox fans because Xbox fans are a total different breed than Xbox stands, okay? It sounded like I just said stands, right? Twice, but I said fans and stands, okay? Stands are the people that sit there and um, they watch the product dwindle and they cheer on every stupid decision and every stupid move and all that bullshit. They're not trying to look for change. They're not trying to look for something to get fixed, you know. It's just as long as they get a retweet from their favorite Microsoft exec, that's good enough for them. It's a damn shame though. But the fans actually want to see the Xbox brand stay afloat and do better, you know. That's what the fans want, not the stands. And they try to convince themselves that, you know, it's good for gaming and this and that, and Microsoft got y'all over here thinking exclusives are bad and this and that. Like, I don't know, they're just a weird fucking breed of people, and it's definitely not a good look. Definitely not a good effect on the gaming industry to be thinking like that. And like, I don't know, bro. Like, I just don't like that fucking thinking. And it's just so fucking sad that the real Xbox fans are being overshadowed for the fucking stands who are being retweeted and, you know, being heard more than the real fucking fans. I tell you right now, the Microsoft execs do not like criticism, bruh. Because I've seen people on my timeline who will say that Phil Spencer unfollowed me because I said uh, Battletoads was garbage or some shit like that, or this needs to be fixed, and da 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 da. And I'm like, what? What the hell? That shit don't make no damn sense. That's some sensitive ass shit. Like, they really don't like for anybody to tell the truth, and that's really sad. The truth, the truth is being negative. The truth is you being toxic, okay? Makes no fucking sense. Okay. So, let me make this other point that I have in my phone. Okay, so again, after that whole situation with the cross generation stuff and bullshit and whatnot, um, there were a lot of Xbox dudes that were saying, well, you guys gave us shit for this for a whole year, and Sony been lying about it, and da 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 da. Okay, listen up, you dumbass motherfuckers. Had we known about this shit last year, y'all wouldn't have been getting chewed up about it, you know, during that whole year. Y'all wouldn't have been getting chewed up for it, okay? Had we known about it. The only thing that Sony stated, or should I say Jim Ryan, stated was yes, you know, we're going to keep the PlayStation 4 alive well several more years, which is the Sony norm. Sony fucking does that, okay? They like to keep their consoles alive for a few more years, okay? Whatever. But there was nothing that said anything about exclusives, okay? It said games, but it didn't say exclusives. So they had us thinking this whole time that Spider-Man and Horizon Zero Dawn was just going to be games that worked on the PS5, okay? Nowhere did they say that because, again, like I said before, had they said that throughout that year of talking about the PS5 and talking about the Series X, then we wouldn't be throwing all these We wouldn't have threw all of these fucking shots that we threw at y'all niggas throughout that year. You feel me? But they never told us anything about that yet. Here y'all are hopping y'all clumsy asses on the timeline talking about, well, you guys gave us shit for this and da 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 da. That's because we just found out our fucking self, my nigga. We found out ourselves. So how the hell, like, doesn't make any damn sense, bro. Like, how the hell do you think you got the right to be mad at us for something we just found out our fucking selves? You feel me? Like, I don't know, bro. Shit was crazy. So I was going off on these niggas like, dude, we just found out our fucking self. How you gonna try to chew us out for it? The fuck? Like, relax, my nigga. Because again, you guys have no damn right to even think you can throw fucking shots with the bullshit that you let Microsoft get away with, including the whole E3 situation. And we got all these exclusive games we want to show y'all, and come around, it ain't not. It come around that is all bullshit. Like, give me a goddamn break with that. Period. Anyway. Also, another point I want to bring up in my phone that I just got to. Okay, so y'all remember that time when we didn't know about the whole exclusive cross-gen situation with Sony, and you had Xbox dudes that were fake mad at Sony for not doing it because Microsoft was doing it, and because Microsoft does it, that automatically means Sony need to do it or else, and da 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 da. So they were mad at that, right? Okay, okay, so we find out, and the Xbox stands are mad. So it's like this is something that you dumb motherfuckers wanted. You wanted Sony to do the cross gen shit, and they're doing it, and now you're mad again. This is how you know that outrage was all fucking bullshit from y'all end. It's always all fucking bullshit. Y'all want to act like y'all fucking care about what the hell is going on over on PlayStation, but you really don't, like, really fucking care like PlayStation fans do. Y'all are so fucking weird, dude. Y'all are so weird, man. Like, that energy is just not there. I also forgot to mention that with the whole cross generation situation and the state of the games and the way they look, how they try to say that, oh, we kept that energy when Halo came out looking like that, and da 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 da, just like Sony fans, when the Sony fans got mad at Sony for this, we got mad at Microsoft the same way. There is no motherfucking way y'all can sit here and try to fucking say that y'all niggas really sat there and y'all kept that same energy. Okay, that y'all kept that same energy as we did when it came to Sony fucking us over. No way. Like, the most y'all motherfuckers did was probably talk about one fucking thing about Halo, and then you was like, other than that, it looks good. Like, at least 90. Let me see. At least 95% of y'all motherfuckers was talking about how good Halo looked. Like, yes, yes. Okay, y'all niggas was talking about how it looked good in the state that it was in. This is supposed to be a fucking launch game for the Xbox Series X, and yet you guys, and it was supposed to be coming out in 3 months, and yet these niggas were perfectly fine with the way it looked. Like, you guys don't have the same energy like we do. You don't, and that's the sad fucking truth. Y'all don't have the same energy, because if y'all did, you guys would have better games, and that's just on that. That's just on fucking that. Now y'all all about Game Pass this, Pass that, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, but at the end of the day, Microsoft did not come out with Game Pass out of the goodness of their fucking hearts. They came out with Game Pass because y'all motherfuckers wasn't supporting and buying the games that y'all bitches was caping for on the timeline. And that's just plain and simple. Plain and simple. Like, no, everybody likes to talk about Game Pass being a good thing and whatnot, but they never want to talk about the fact that the reason it even came to life is because these niggas wasn't even supporting and buying the games that they so hard cape for. Sunset Overdrive is a good game, but you don't even own it. Alan Wake was a good game, but you didn't support it enough to get a sequel. Rise is good, okay, but you guys didn't support it enough to get a sequel. So I mean, like, what the hell are we doing? Like, Microsoft thought y'all were being fucking assholes, so that's why they came out with Game Pass. They thought you guys were being fucking assholes for caping as hard as you were and not supporting the games you were caping for. Not going out to buy the games you were caping for. So that's why I never understood why a lot of these Xbox stands will sit there and try to throw games in a fucking bunch that they don't even really fucking support and be like, well, Microsoft has these games and this and games that you ain't gonna buy, games that you never bought because again, otherwise they would have sequels, which they did not. So anyway, moving on. Fucking crazy, dude. Point is, y'all don't really want to see Sony do good. Y'all just want that chance and opportunity just to say you gotta win, or just to say you were right, or just to say you have some. Like, this is what y'all niggas wait for. Y'all don't wait for Microsoft to do good. Y'all don't wait for any of that. Y'all wait for Sony to fuck up so you can have something to talk about. And that's a real goddamn shame. Then y'all start coming on my damn timeline with all this kumbaya, hold hands bullshit, talking about we're all gamers at the end of the day and we need to act like that. And console wars are stupid and da 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 da. It's funny how these niggas like to talk about console wars being bad, so called bad, but yet they be the first ones initiating the shit or talking about it or jumping in conversations revolving around it and adding their input. But like, if you think it's bad, my nigga, then don't add your input. Don't give your thoughts, your opinions, or views on none of that bullshit and just keep it moving and stay in your little happy ass land. Stay in your little happy ass Kirby eat cake having ass land, dude. Like, stay over there. Stay in your little fat princess land. Seriously, dog. Cause it get bad fucking annoying, dude. And I'm just like, get over it, man. Y'all only start doing this bullshit whenever Sony start doing good, or whenever Sony about to have a conference, or any of that. Like, what? We're all gamers at the end of the day. Yes, we're all gamers, dude. But we know what the hell we know what the hell y'all niggas are up to. Okay, we know what y'all doing. So miss me with that bullshit. Okay, seriously. Anyway, I got like three more points I want to talk about. Hopefully, I can squeeze it in the next 5 minutes. Okay, so then you had the Xbox stands who started to say, well, at least Phil Spencer in our Xbox have been transparent. So listen, though, they started to say this, after Xbox announced, like after Xbox took shots at Sony for having a chaotic pre-order release date and time or whatever, and Xbox took shots at it. Like, they take more shots at Sony than they do producing fucking games. Shit don't make no damn sense. And Sony just keep it moving, okay? But anyway, so yeah, they're like, at least Phil Spencer and Xbox has been transparent about our stuff and da 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 da. Like, and suddenly that makes them like the savior of all saviors of all saviors. Yet y'all quickly forget again that these niggas been lying to y'all asses for 10 plus years. And I'm not talking about just for the one. I'm talking about like coming from the 360 era up till now. But now all of a sudden, they get a fucking pre-order time and date right. Now that makes them saviors of all gaming. Like, get out of here with that bullshit, dog. That shit is just so phony. You guys really need to relax. Like, you guys really need to relax. That does not make them the savior of all saviors of all saviors just because they gave you guys a rightful time and date. It's Sony PlayStation. Like I said before, at the beginning of this video, I've been watching a ton of freaking PlayStation release videos. I mean, pre-order release videos. And the PlayStation releases just don't go that smoothly at all. I don't know why people go crazy over PlayStations. And I'm lying right now because I don't know. I do know. But just the name PlayStation make everybody go crazy. I don't know. But whatever. But let's not act like just because they got a fucking time and date and shit like that right, that makes them like absolved from everything that they've been doing for the last 10 fucking years. Miss me with all that fake ass bullshit. Like, no, we is not about to do that. Like, Microsoft been throwing all these lies and all, like, lies that y'all gullible motherfucking asses for 10 plus years. But of course y'all gonna ignore that though, right? Y'all gonna ignore that and keep it moving. Keep on throwing y'all little silly little jokes and shots and taking y'all continue. Come on, bruh. It's sad. Okay, so I got like two other points. Okay, so this is part two. Had a few interruptions, but let me go ahead and finish this off because this video is already going to be about 30 minutes. I apologize for that, but it is what it is. I had to squeeze every point that I could in this video, and yeah. But anyway, so the last two. Wait, let me see. Where am I? Okay. So the last 3 points that I wanted to talk about is okay. So Sony said the games being that are the exclusive games that are going over to the PS4 are built for the PS5, which has me just a little bit confused because if it's built for the PS5, how is it going to work on the PS4? Because the only reason I'm questioning that because obviously the PS5 has a whole lot of advantages that the PS4 simply just doesn't fucking have. So how the hell is that gonna work? Like, they didn't make the game separate from each other. Are they making the fucking game and porting it over to PS4, or like I don't know how that process is fucking working. So if anybody has the fucking answers, then please leave it down below in the comment section because that shit has me fucking confused. Every time I keep seeing these articles about the games being Jim Ryan, claiming the games being built for the PS5, I'm just like, it just had me in a ball of confusion about like what the fuck. So anyway, okay, let me see. The PS5 games have had a price hike, and the games will go from being $60 to $70, and so will the controllers. Now, I and many I and many others seem to think that that's going to be the norm, and Sony are just getting a head start on that. And the reason I say that because Sony weren't the first publisher to say, our games are going to be $70. It was obviously 2K and I believe EA who have increased their prices to $70 for their games, and it did make a lot of people freak out. Which I've said this over and over and over again that gaming is an expensive hobby, so you gotta expect things are gonna fucking change and probably gonna be a lot more expensive nowadays because of the evolving, excuse me, the evolving technology. So, I don't see no issue with that because I'm kind of expecting that. But at the same time, my whole issue is I just don't want developers to, if they're going to be busting our asses for $70 for these games, then that really means they need to put their fucking foot in there like swimwear, they need to fucking make these games to the best of their ability because I'm going to feel really goddamn salty if I buy a game and it's no good and I pay $70 for it and it's a broken piece of shit. You feel me? And this is why I always advocate for physical games and why I think physical games is a better idea than digital because at the end of the day, when you buy a fucking digital game, you're not going to be able to resell that or at least get some of your money but recoup some of your money back if the game isn't good or it's just too fucking broken. You feel me? You won't be able to sell that. You won't be able to do nothing with it but keep it and try to get through it. But if I got the opportunity to sell the game because it's too much of a piece of shit, then I'm gonna fucking do that. I'll throw that bitch on Craigslist, or I think GameStop will probably be the last resort because GameStop don't be trying to give you no goddamn money for your shit. Because they'll try to give you less money for it and throw that shit back on there for like more than what they gave you for it. So hell no. But I'm just saying though, I just need that option to be able to sell my fucking games if it turns out to be a piece of shit. That's my only issue with buying $70 games is um, developers giving us half-ass products or telling us, we gotta buy all this bullshit for it, and it wouldn't make any damn sense to me. I don't know. But I don't know. Sony claims that their games are going to cost a lot, which is why the whole Game Pass subscription model won't work for them, and this and that and da 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 da. But I don't know. I'm just kind of on the rocks with that because it's Jim Ryan after all. He been lying like he sound like a PlayStation Phil Spencer. He don't have 10 plus years of lying under his belt yet, but he keep up the bullshit and the shenanigans, then yeah. But I don't know. It's just been a real roller coaster. But at the end of the day, every PlayStation fan has every right to feel the way they are, whether they're angry about the situation, whether they're happy about it. But the numbers spoke. A lot of people were angry buying, pre-ordering, excuse me, or angry pre-ordering PlayStation 5s because at the end of the day, I think a lot of us are ready to move the hell on. We've had these consoles since 2013, and I just don't want to indulge in anything more with this fucking console. Like, I dead ass don't even want to play any of my exclusive games anymore on PS4 because I really want to play it on PS5. Like, I don't know, bro. I just have lost a lot of interest for it. But I don't know. This whole situation has been interesting. And again, a lot of PlayStation fans have every right to feel how they want to feel. Um, so, I can't tell people to feel a certain way because I'm feeling a certain way. Everybody gonna feel how they want to feel. Is what it is, I guess. Um, but you know, you're not a fan of a product or a company or any of that if you're not willing to give criticism. That's what a real fan is. A real fan gives real criticism because you want to see improvement. You want to see the product get fixed and be in a stable condition. And a stan is a person that's not gonna tell the truth. They're gonna fucking lie like a fucking hole in the damn wall, dude. But a fan is not gonna take that bullshit. A fan is gonna stand up for the bullshit that company, is putting out. So that's why I admire when PlayStation fans was like, hold the fuck up, Sony's not about to do this bullshit. But whatever. I already have my PS5 pre-ordered for anybody that's wondering, or maybe you're not wondering. But yes, I have it pre-ordered, and I am ready to lift off come November. I'm ready to transition over, and I'm ready to just play some fucking games, man. Like, I just want to experience the PS5 now. I think my next goal is going to be to get a new TV. I know I've only had this TV, this 4K TV, for about, I'm gonna say almost 2 years. Maybe almost 2 years. I think I had this TV for almost 2 years. I think about almost 2 years. I'm gonna go with that. But bitch, I am ready for a new TV already. I've been eyeing a lot of them 8Ks and all of that bullshit. I don't know. Oh, okay. But yeah, sorry. I'm just looking at my phone. But anyway, that's all my thoughts about this. I'm going to piece this part into the other part because again, I had a lot of interruptions in the other part, and I'm gonna have to do a whole lot of editing now. So, but I'm gonna leave the question of the day at the end of the video if y'all make it this far, so y'all can give me y'all thoughts on this situation. And do you honestly think that um this whole pre-order situation, would it have made any difference if like the pre-order date and time was like pushed back like 3 or 2 days from when Sony announced it? Do you think it would have made any difference, because PlayStation? But anyway, I'm chucking the deuces and I will talk to you.